What's up, Vape Fam? Today we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to start off with a breakdown of the Noisy Cricket from Wismec and Jaybo. Tiny little mod, mechanical, series. Because it's series, we're going to have a little talk about batteries, what batteries are safe to use with it. And then I'm going to show you a quick and easy build on a little velocity clone. This whole setup is like a $50 setup. Series build on the velocity clone that you can do at home. There's no drill needed, it's just a parallel coil to get you started, get your vaping safe on a series box. So with that in mind, let's go up close for the breakdown and see what makes it vape. The up close with the Wismec and Jaybo Noisy Cricket. Just the packaging it comes in. Pretty basic. Just, you know, there's not a whole lot to this. Like I said, it's going to be a short review, short breakdown. On the back of the packaging, you do have the configuration for which way your batteries go, so that's important to take note of. You are going to have negative side up for the button, positive side up for the RDA or the 510. And the lid fell off. Inside, there's no little extras, no little goodies. You don't really need anything. There's a Noisy Cricket. This is the black one, obviously. There is a silver one available too. The silver one has a lot of texture on it. This one's kind of like a flat, satiny kind of feel. Now all it is it's just a mechanical, unregulated. You have your button on this side. Not much to it. Every once in a while I do get it to where I'll hit the button on kind of like the corner instead of the middle and it won't fire, so just make sure you're pressing it evenly and you won't have any issues. It is a hybrid, so you will have to run something with the protruding 510 connector, or 510 pin. There's your little hybrid 510 disc. That's all it is. You can see the ventilation down the bottom. You can see the little tab that connects the batteries. Let me grab this. I'll take this bottom panel off. It's just two little screws on the bottom. That little cover comes right off. And there's a tab that connects the battery from one side to the other. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Just reassemble it. And as I said, battery, button side, the negative side will be up. 510 disc side, positive will be up. It's on the back of the packaging. Should be really easy to remember. If not, you just look at the back of the packaging and it's laid out right there for you. And that's it, guys. That's a Noisy Cricket. Well, let's take it back up. We'll talk about it, talk about batteries real quick. And then I'll get into building for it. Alright guys, that was the up close and breakdown of the Noisy Cricket. You can walk into a brick and mortar store and pick this up for like 40 bucks. It's well worth the price, especially if you want to get in a series. It's super small, as you saw in the comparison. Fits easily in a pocket. I have a Velocity clone on here just because this whole thing, like I said, costs around 50 bucks put together. It's just a fantastic little mod, especially for the price. You can't beat it. It is a series box, so you guys need to know your battery safety in order to run this properly. You should be running something like a 25R or VTC4, something with a high continuous amp rating. If it just says 40 amp on it or something like that, it's probably a little too low in the amperage ratings for this mod. Generally, if it just has like a 40 amp or whatever on it, the continuous amp rating is about half of that. So all in all, you know, safe batteries and a safe build, and you'll love this thing. Which brings us to our next segment. I'm going to show you a quick and easy little build for a series box. We're going to rebuild this Velocity here because it's an RDA that a lot of people have access to. It's cheap. The clone anyway. You can find them almost anywhere. A lot of people I know have them. So it's something that is easy and accessible for people to build on. So you can have this whole little setup, you know, like I said, for around 50 bucks. And a quick and easy build in it. It's not going to burn your face. It's not going to melt the coil. So let's get into it. Alright guys, let's go over what you're going to need to build these coils first. Ohm meter. You should always have one. Always test it. It's something to wrap on. We're going to do a 3mm ID for this. So 3mm screwdriver. Wire cutters. Cotton, obviously. And 26 gauge Kanthal, and either ceramic tweezers or regular tweezers. I'll show you both. The ceramic help a lot because you can fire while you're squeezing the coil. You're going to start by cutting off about 2 11-inch strips of wire off your 26 gauge Kanthal roll. We're going to do a parallel build. So let's get to it. Alright guys, for this build, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You're just going to take your 2 strands, 26 gauge Kanthal, and you're going to wrap it around 3mm ID, parallel, 9 wraps. Okay? Yes, 9 wraps. And that's 9. Pull tight. Push it down. And that's it. Then you're just going to repeat for the second coil. I made a second one up off camera just to get it moving a little quicker. Cut the extra wire off. And there you have it. Fiddle. Now we're just going to put the coils into the RDA. It's really easy here on this Velocity deck. Obviously we'll be squeezing and working the hot spots out, so I'm not too concerned about the spacing on it. Second coil. Come on. What is it? You want to make sure you get them spaced evenly from one side to the other. Not good with my left hand. Looks pretty good. Spin it around. Tighten it down. Velocity doesn't really need a whole lot of alignment for your coils, it just kind of falls into place. Snip the ends. And that's it. We're just going to work the hot spots out of it now. Get them all nice and tight in there. Alright guys, something to take note of. When you're first heating these up and you're first working the hot spots out, with pretty much any series build, you don't want to actually heat it up on the series box. You can melt the coil, you can cause them to sag in the middle. What you want to do is either a mech mod or a regulated mod of some sort. Something that just allows you to heat it up nice and slow without getting them too hot and melting the coil. Pulse it up. See, they start to glow. Normal tweezers, you'd let them start to glow and then give them a squeeze with the ceramics. You can squeeze while they're glowing. And there you have a nice even glow from the inside out. A little warmer on one side maybe. Or it might be the lighting. Just trum it a little. Focusing well. 0.34, so we are over the 0.3. Alright guys, we got it sitting on top of the Noisy Cricket. We don't have it wicked yet, but you always want to check it on the actual series mod before wicking it, just to make sure that the extra heat's not going to produce more hot spots. They're going to heat up quick though, so still looks pretty good. So we are going to go ahead and wick this up. Alright guys, we got her all wicked and juiced up. I'm assuming that if you're venturing into the world of series, you know how to wick a coil, so I went ahead and skipped that part of it. As you can see, it's firing great. A lot of output. So let's take her back up top, vape on it, talk about it a little bit, and we'll do our little closing. Alright guys, I hope that was helpful. Hope it gave you a good build you can do pretty much on the fly, pretty much anywhere. It doesn't require a drill. Originally I was going to do a fuse Clapton build that is pretty much my go-to for a series box, but not everybody has a drill, not everybody does Claptons. This is something that's simple, easy, quick. Anybody can do it. Just take a 3mm screwdriver, wrap those parallel coils. You can add another wrap if this is a little warm for you. I don't think it's bad. It'll increase the resistance, it'll lower the wattage of the device putting out. You'll add a little bit of surface area, and that's what the series boxes are pretty much built for, is surface area coils, something that has a lot of wire that needs heated up. You're applying a lot of power to it, heating up that whole area relatively quick, getting enough heat to it, produces more flavor, more vapor. It's just a great vape. So again, I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys are vaping safe on these. I wanted to get something out there since these are, a really affordable series box. You don't have to pay $150 like you used to get one now. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit like or subscribe. It helps me out. Leave a comment, questions if you have something you want to see reviewed. Otherwise, guys, keep on vaping.